Welcome back to the best FPS, where I project mental images of indie games directly into your mind. Splatter is a fast-paced audiovisual assaulting shooter that makes you feel like you're on a digital acid trip. Developed and published by Rat King Collective, this game is a glitched out mess of a mental dysfunction and a theme I've yet to see done in an FPS. You play as a humanoid creature preparing itself for ascension through a colorful and trippy digital hellscape. In this hellscape, however, you will be battling waves of multicolored enemies that breach the uncanny valley as you complete objectives that seem to have as much depth as a kiddie pool, but are critical in your quest to find your higher calling. With a varied selection of hand-based weaponry, will you be able to survive the endless waves of fluid-filled foes, or will you see yourself fall flat? Splatter has only painted the walls as a demo so far, with release slated for the end of the year 2022. Will this game show the potential for your mind to awaken and be reborn into a higher plane of existence, or will you stay a physical construct bound to a dying Earth? I'll be finding an answer to that as we take a look at Splatter. If you're liking what you're seeing so far and want to help me keep creating content, why not drop a like on this video and sub to the channel? I'd really appreciate it. This demo provides a tutorial and 2 levels for you to venture through. The levels are labeled as sessions, and the sessions available are 1 in 7. So at a minimum, I imagine the full release will feature at least 8 levels, because there's gotta be at least 1 boss fight at some point in time, and my guess would be after session 7. So the story in Splatter is pretty nondescript, but from what I can summarize, and by summarize I mean read directly off of the Steam page, you're in a digital mindscape, surreal and yet strangely familiar, constructed by 4 anonymous administrators. To survive in it, you must overcome each challenge and outsmart hordes of creatures that learn as you defeat them. Can you uncover the motives of your captors before it's too late? Can you survive? Can you remain sane? Can you remain yourself? My guess is that the story will have some twisted take on those bullshit spiritual ascension gurus who just scam people. Maybe you're just high off your gourd the entire time and are in the middle of a bad trip, but we'll have to wait to find out. I'd say Splatter is pretty visually stunning as a person who really enjoys esoteric and obscure imagery. Since I was like 14, I was into vaporwave and trippy aesthetics, and when I say trippy, I don't mean the flashing colors on the vomit on Rick's face from Rick and Morty. I mean more the subtle types of nostalgic imagery. And this game has a style of what I like to call subconscious propaganda, where the advertisements you see directly appeal to your core desires. Like this single sign for water makes you thirsty, yeah? I mean, we have that in real life, but it's never this surreal. The world itself is centered in locations that emphasize those feelings of captive memories. I'd say the best way to put them is liminal spaces, those areas that give off vibes of being unsettling, yet eerily familiar. One of the most popular is the abandoned mall, where level 7 actually takes place. The main difference here is that the spaces are actually teeming with life, and there are vibrant colors and many set pieces to gawk at. But that isn't the only aesthetic present here. Horror is very prevalent. There's a sense of imminent doom all around you, as the vibrant theme is also peppered with some ominous imagery, more specifically eyes. There are TVs everywhere throughout the club level and a huge TV in the center of the mall level, all of which show looping footage of eyes. I think this displays that you're being constantly watched through your trials. The closest thing I can really think of that matches the vibe and detail of Splatter is Cruelty Squad. Deliberate decisions that truly assault the senses in a way that makes you want to see more. Splatter is really straightforward with how to play it. Run around and shoot enemies while completing your objectives. You'll be jumping and dashing around the hordes of enemies while blasting them with your finger guns to keep yourself alive in these outlandish arenas, as a relentless amount of technicolor zombies are looking to beat your brain into submission. These zombies are more negative mental projections than zombies, but they act pretty much the same way. They're tall, lanky, and colored, just like me. The game boasts AI that adapts to your behavior, and if true, I've seen it in the introduction of the ranged enemies. The same zombies are at play, but they gain some small pieces of armor and the ability to shoot a few different types of projectiles, ranging from sniper shots to grenade launcher type explosives. We also have a style and scoring system present in the same system as a game like Ultra Kill. And speaking of Ultra Kill, look who I found in the leaderboards. So if you're up to it, you can try to get to the top of the score chart so everyone will know how much of a tryhard you are. I'm noticing more and more games with leaderboards recently, and I really do wonder what the push for that was. The game doesn't do anything to reinvent the wheel, yet it does provide something fresh with its weapons. The weapons are all in your hands. Your fingers form the type of weapon you're using. You have the capacity to hold 2 weapons, which are oddly enough classified as estrogen and testosterone. The names have nothing to do with the guns themselves, or rather the slot that they're in. The guns have their own names which dictate their attack type. I'm not sure what the starting pistol's name is, but there are also 5 other weapons available. Spew is a shotgun, really straightforward. Stop shoots a stop sign that freezes enemies, great for comboing with a simple headshot from another weapon. Noir is a revolver that shoots slower and hits harder than the normal pistol. Gaze is a concentrated laser that comes from your mind. Fist is a fist, but it also shoots explosives. It's really strong. You also have a slap you can utilize, but as they're mostly melee-oriented enemies in this game, slapping is a bit dangerous. You get to turn enemies into RGB mush with the gore in this game, and it looks amazing. The constantly churning colors that paint the walls and floor are mesmerizing to look at. But even when you blow an enemy's head off, pause, they can still live and attack you until you shoot them some more and actually put them down. The difficulty scales extremely once you get to the later parts of each level. Being surrounded by dozens of zombies that attack right after another with a cooldown on your dodges will really start testing your limits. Level 7 really started to tilt me as I tried so many times on the final trial just to fail because I'm being swarmed with a dozen melee zombies along with 3 to 4 shooters in the back, all pummeling me relentlessly. Getting hit by any attack will lower your health, of course, and your health is represented by serotonin, again relating to your mental state, as serotonin is the chemical in your brain that helps regulate your body. You can replenish your health by drinking energy drinks, which is counterintuitive for me at least, because energy drinks immediately make me feel like I'm going to die. Something I thought was nice was after level completion you acquire new colorways for your character. I wish they had an all black or a black and white so I could look like the milkman, but I really do like the golden black. It reminds me of Dio. And it's nice to see cosmetics achievable through just playing the game rather than have to pay for them, just like in the good old days. Splatter scratches a really specific itch that I didn't even know I had. I can't wait to see more of this game because what they showed in the demo was really straightforward and refined pretty nicely. No bugs or glitches, and the difficulty is completely reasonable. The story doesn't tell you much so far, but I can't wait to see the universe that they craft. The trippy visuals are some of my favorites ever expressed in the gaming medium. And if you're asking yourself, is this really worth playing? Of course. It's a demo, and demos are free. Spend a solid 3 hours just trying stuff out and having a good time. You should give Splatter a try. I don't think that you would regret it.